This Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode review is intended for and targeted to adult fans of the series.
And as Mayor Daniels hides... The thing is, I know this microphone probably doesn't pick up the phone ringing, but every time the phone rings, it distracts me. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode review. Some pretty serious stuff went down in last week's episode. 3 mega transporters stolen, Roxy's pod sabotaged. What happens when those chickens come home to roost? Let's find out by taking a look at the 19th episode of Beast Morphers, Target Tower. Things start off in the lab with everyone but Devin watching surveillance footage of Nate, Ravi, and Zoe taking the mega transporters outside. As they come to grips with the fact that they helped Blaze and Roxy steal them, Roxy's pod starts beeping. Nate examines it and finds the USB that... Okay, Roxy and her avatar are technically separate characters in this episode, minor spoilers, so I'll be referring to the character we've been calling Roxy as Roxy's avatar this time. Anyway, Nate finds the USB that Roxy's avatar left in the pod and realizes that it has short-circuited its systems. More to the point, the life support system has been damaged. Nate can try to fix it, but he's not hopeful. And if Roxy doesn't wake up soon, she may never wake up, if you're following me. Zoe remembers the core premise of these avatars. Destroy the avatar, the source human wakes up. The Rangers take off to find Roxy's avatar and take care of business. But Commander Shaw stops them. Yes, Roxy could die, but while E-Box has those mega transporters, everyone in the city is in danger. They realize she's right and leave instead to go scour the city for those. Steele says that Devin is at his dad's re-election rally, slipping in a gag about wanting to run himself, and Commander Shaw contacts him. At the rally, Devin of course doesn't answer his communicator as his dad gives a speech about their family having the courage to do the right thing. Ben and Betty are in on the search as well, but don't worry, we get their rather stupid physical comedy out of the way early this week. The two are wearing binocular goggles while riding their tandem bike, searching for the mega transporters. After knocking a worker into some wet cement, the two of them run smack into a van. In their defense, the van was parked illegally, and they go to tell off the driver, finding the mega transporters inside. They also find a pack of Tronics, who attack them and start chasing them when the two take off. Back at the re-election rally, the mayor lays it on nice and thick, talking about taking courageous action in the face of a crisis, when the Tronics chase Ben and Betty past the rally, scattering it. Assistant Lady tells the mayor that they have to go, but he says just like the Rangers, they're not gonna flee. Right, Devin? Devin? Yeah, Devin's run off to go morph, but of course the mayor doesn't know this, thinking his son is just running away from danger. An old man in the crowd is too feeble to flee, so the mayor jumps down and helps him escape. The Tronics surround Ben and Betty, but the Rangers, including Devin, show up and quickly take care of them. They then head for the van, fighting off some more Tronics along the way. In the cyber dimension, Blaze tells Scrozzle to transport the tower, but Scrozzle gently informs Blaze that the Tronics hadn't placed the transporters yet, and now the Rangers are in the area. Blaze demands that Scrozzle send a Gigadrone, the magic word apparently being now!
How very rude.
The Rangers finish off this batch of Tronics, getting to the van and securing the mega transporters. Ravi reports into his mother, who tells him that Roxy is getting worse, but they're keeping an eye on her, and says that getting those transporters back to base is Ravi's top priority. He needs to stop for nothing. He agrees and gets in the van to drive away, while the other Rangers head to their Zords to deal with the Gigadrone. Seeing that Ravi is driving the transporters, Roxy's avatar says that she knows what to do, leaving the cyber dimension. As Ravi drives along, she suddenly jumps out in front of the van, stopping him, then taking off after he stops. Ravi debates internally between following his mother's orders and the chance to save Roxy by destroying her avatar. Love wins as he gets out of the van and chases her. He catches up and tackles her, and as she morphs, the two of them agree that this is their final confrontation. After the theme song, the two kick off a pretty nice superhero fight, with nice high jumps and kicks. The other Rangers deploy their Zords, Nate and Steel forming the Striker Megazord. They're fighting off what I'm calling Cyclops Drone, though really it's just another nameless Gigadrone that's not based on anything, despite having a changed appearance. The Rangers move in and surround the Gigadrone, but despite this thing's smaller size, the little thing is strong, punching them around. Meanwhile, back on the ground fight, Roxy's avatar knocks Ravi back. He decides to go beast mode, using his gorilla strength to lift a very large rock, the effort starting him overheating. At the base, Pretty Girl McWhat's-Her-Face's sensors show that Ravi is overheating, Smash and Commander Shaw wondering what could be causing that, seeing as Ravi's supposed to be driving a van. Ravi smacks Roxy's avatar with a rock, and then moves in close and snatches her Morpher away, and yes, she does call it her Morpher. He crushes it, taking away her Ranger form, as well as her ability to teleport away. Back at the Zord fight, let's just get all this Zord stuff out of the way of this juicy human drama. The Rangers are still having trouble with the Gigadrone, so Devin basically goes, oh screw this, and does his finishing move, destroying it.
That was a great scene.
Back with Ravi, he's officially overheating, which does give him superior strength. He body slams Roxy's avatar and then pulls his blaster. She pulls hers as well, but her shot doesn't even faze him. He knocks away her blaster, and then he shoots her. Again. And again. And again. Roxy's avatar sees her avatar form destabilizing and screams in anger and fear and frustration and rage as she then explodes. Roxy's avatar has been destroyed.
That was totally wicked!
Conveniently enough, the release of all that heat makes a sprinkler system activate automatically, cooling Ravi right off. Unconveniently, Blaze has taken the van, driving away with the mega transporters. But the look that Blaze shoots Ravi before he drives off. This one hurt, no mistake. Back in the cyber dimension, Evox shows a surprising amount of emotion over the Avatar's death, berating Blaze for the loss of one of his key lieutenants. But Blaze says everything is still on schedule. The Tronics are placing the mega transporters now, and soon enough, Evox will have an entire Morph-X tower to suck on like a giant box of high-C ecto-cooler. Ravi races back to the lab, but Roxy hasn't woken up. In fact, she looks rather significantly worse for the wear. Nate has no idea why she hasn't woken up now that her avatar's been destroyed, but at this point, Roxy is basically dead. Commander Shaw calls Ravi out, dressing him down for the disobeyed order, but when he shows that he does understand what losing those transporters could mean, she shows that she does have a heart, apologizing about Roxy. The Rangers get a signal from Ben and Betty, who have found one of the transporters. That's right, Ben and Betty actually did something useful. It's right near a Morph-X tower, so the Rangers race out to investigate. Indeed, they find the transporter is pointed directly at the tower. But then Mayor Daniels sees his son and approaches, ready to chew him out. Devin has been ignoring contact from his dad since the rally. Furthermore, he ran away when people needed his help, and as we know from the rally speech, the Daniels just do not do that. Not only is Devin's dad upset that he still won't find a job, and I am completely baffled as to why Grid Battle Force has not symbolically hired Devin by this point, but Devin comes home at all hours of the night, even bruised and battered like he's been fighting. You know, I did hear that Mayor Daniels is planning to take on Coral Harbor's burgeoning Fight Club problem if he's reelected. Before Devin can respond, Blaze and some Tronics show up, ready for the next phase of the plan. Conveniently enough, Mayor Daniels tells his son to run away this time. The Rangers start fighting, Nate telling Ben and Betty that they absolutely have to get this transporter back to Grid Battle Force. The mayor overhearing how critical this is. They place the transporter into a shopping cart full of groceries and go to take off, but Tronics block the path. Mayor Daniels proves his own bravery by, in the finest tradition of brave non-Ranger characters, grabbing a shovel and taking out some Tronics. Betty climbs into the cart to hold the megatransporter as Ben pushes them. Are you heroes ready for some physical comic relief that actually works? Betty realizes the cart has groceries in it and starts using them to fight off the Tronics. Banana peels and bread swords and sausage ropes. It kind of reminded me of what Linkara said about Bulk and Skull fighting off the Cogs once. The Tronics are probably programmed to fight against weapons, not so much against food. Blaze blasts the Rangers back, but they morph and get into the fight. Interestingly, at one point, Ravi summons a Beast X blaster, despite the fact he's already holding one. Yeah, he dual wields those bad boys, blasting up some Tronics. Nate and Steel are keeping Blaze at bay, but he tells the Tronics to keep them busy while he goes and activates the transporters. He activates the other two transporters that Ben and Betty don't have, this reported to the Rangers by Commander Shaw. And if you were starting to worry that Ben and Betty were acting a little too competent, well, here you go. Ben and Betty load the transporter into the back of a car and forget to close the door. Blaze teleports in and just takes the transporter right back out. Oops, He teleports back, placing the transporter. However, before he can activate it, Devin sees this, running over with cheetah speed and knocking him away. The two of them have a great original footage fight, and what I really liked about it is that they both prioritize getting to the transporter over trying to kill each other. Eventually, Blaze wraps Devin up in cables, and as Mayor Daniels hides nearby observing the fight, a slash from Blaze demorphs Devin. Mayor Daniels now knows that his son is the Red Ranger. Blaze activates the final transporter, beams of energy hitting the tower. Blaze and Devin also happen to be standing inside one of those beams, so as Mayor Daniels runs towards his son, the tower, Blaze, and Devin are teleported to the cyber dimension. Back in the lab, there's only one thing that Nate knows that they can do: rebuild Scrozzle's Cybergate as a way of accessing the cyber dimension. It's risky and it's going to take some time, but it's literally their only option, and they do not want to lose another friend after Roxy. P.S. Ravi, friend? Really? Come on. Anyway, speaking of Roxy, her pod starts beeping again. But this time it's because she's waking up. I'm waking up. Ravi tells her not to try and talk, but she insists. Classic our minds were connected stuff here. Roxy knows everything that her avatar did, including their final plan. Scrozzle learned from Nate about how to build a robot body for Evox. A large portion of the stolen Morph-X will be used to transfer Evox into that robot body. Once he's inside, he'll be able to teleport back to their dimension, kill everyone, and take over the morphing grid. Shades now. Episode 19, Target Tower. Pros, serialized storytelling paying off, Ben and Betty's redemption, and the quality human emotion. Cons, yet another disappointing Zord fight, Ben and Betty having to fail, and a lack of consequences for Ravi. Folks, there's not even a question here. Target Tower gets 5 shades out of 5. In episode 14, Sound and Fury, Blaze started using Scrozzle's Fury Cells. This attracted the attention of Vargoyle. Vargoyle stole Blaze and Roxy's Memory Pulsator plan. The Memory Pulsator led Nate, Ravi, and Zoe to help Blaze and Roxy steal 3 megatransporters. Those 3 megatransporters led to the theft of an entire Morph-X tower, as well as the destruction of Roxy's avatar in her successful bid to distract Ravi. That is serialized storytelling. Heck, the emotion between Ravi and Roxy's avatar in this episode comes all the way back from episode 1. There are elements of this wrap-up scattered throughout the entire season, and they've all come together here. All these little plot threads winding themselves to this point. It's just written so well. And you know the story is good when Ben and Betty make their way into the pros. They got their goofy comedy out of the way fast, then they find mega transporters not once but twice. The Rangers treat them as valued comrades who are helping them save the day. This is what I've always wanted Ben and Betty to be. Lovable and bumbling, but also skilled and helpful. And the emotion in this episode is just top notch. Mayor Daniels, played by Kevin Copeland, and the mayor's first name is Adam, according to IMDb, is the best example. He goes from shock at seeing Devin run away from danger to disappointment in what he thinks his son has become, and then his amazement at learning that his son is a Power Ranger quickly turns to terror when that son is taken away. Close second to Roxy's avatar and Ravi's fight. Roxy's avatar starts out playful before quickly realizing that Ravi means business. She gets angrier and more frustrated as the fight goes on and her losses mount. And then, the end. Ravi just straight caps her over and over again. Notice, this is no Beast X Blast. This is no bright, shining finishing move. He just shoots her until she explodes, screaming in terroristic rage. Power Rangers as of late had been using a formula where the second to last episode is what I've come to call the Zord finale. All the Zords are gathered up for a big giant battle against a huge, overwhelming monster before the finale reminds us that the suits on the ground are what actually matters. But in this case, no, we get another nameless Gigadrone thrown in to burn some Zord footage from a Sentai episode that was too goofy to adapt. We had potential here. The Gigadrone was winning, punching, and headbutting the Zords around, providing a real challenge. I think that's what really hurts. I feel like there was potential and I was disappointed. Devin just literally goes, oh, forget this, let's just blow it up. Sensible, and sure, Devin, a short fight is a good fight. But the Zords are glorious battle chariots that this show itself has praised and given a lot of love to. But these past few episodes, they've just been so downplayed. Gee, Ben and Betty failed and I listed it as one of the cons. How incredibly original. But it's different this time. They've done well, they helped out, they succeeded a whole bunch. Why does the primary failure that allows the villains to succeed here have to be on them? Either have Blaze just teleport into the car and take the transporter anyway, or have someone else forget to close a door. Why undercut their development in such a crucial way? This is a pretty minor note, but I was really hoping we would see some consequences of Ravi's disobedience, or at least the threat of consequences. One line from Commander Shaw like, if the entire city weren't in danger and we didn't need every single ranger we have on the battlefield, I would have your morpher on my desk, young man. She reads him the riot act, he admits that he was wrong, and she goes, well, your girlfriend's dead, so I guess it's fine. All in all, wow really is the word. This was such a strong episode, the result of a story that has been building steadily over time. The acting was fantastic and the writing was top-notch. And even though I'm gonna resist the urge to go and download an international airing, I cannot wait to see how this ends. Flawless segue, let's take a peek at the story finale of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 1, Episode 20, Evox Upgraded. Mayor Daniels and the Power Rangers must travel into the cyber dimension to save Devin and defeat Evox. That's going to do it for another Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode review. Heroes, thank you so much as always for watching. Down in the comments below, let me know what you thought of this episode. Specifically, I want to get your take on that fight between Ravi and Roxy's avatar. Did you like it? Did you not like anything about it? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you smack that thumbs up button and let me know that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all of my videos and ring that bell. Get your notifications set up so you'll be notified whenever I post brand new videos, such as these Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode reviews. And I'll take a quick second while I'm mentioning these Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode reviews. Next week, when I review the finale, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to tell you what my plans for this off-season are, so make sure you tune in for that. And if you'd like to lend any financial support to my channel, consider becoming one of my patrons. Head on over to patreon.com/orangerangervideos. You can see the various tiers of support and what you get back for that. We would greatly appreciate that. If you can't commit to the monthly thing, head on over to ko-fi.com/orangerangervideos, where you can buy me a coffee. Sometimes I've had like cancer. Well, I've got my, here, look at my giant water tankard thing here. I'll do that. Imaginarily delicious. Water is imaginarily and actually good for the throat. Those are set at $3 a piece. I greatly appreciate any support I find at any of those sites, as well as just sharing my videos, letting people know about Orange Ranger videos, just tell people about the channel. That means a lot to me as well. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. Assistant layer saying he's supposed to be driving a van. Back with Ravi, he's overheating, which gives him superior strength. Conveniently enough, the release of all that heat makes a sprinkler system out of the active. In the cyber dimension, Epoch shows a surprising amount of emotion at Roxy's Blaze Bass. And if you were starting to shoot, Ravi tries and tells the memory pulsator Roxy starts out playful. Why does the main failure... And this may be a pretty minor note, but I was really hoping we would see some constant... One line from Commander Shaw, like, if the...